Shabbat Shalom. Good to see each and every one that is here. May y'all continually bless us. May we go forward in the things that is taking place and going forth in this life here, that we might be under his protection and that he might oversee those things and be our shield and our buckler for whatever is taking place, that we might stay in his favor. And everyone is not in his favor. See, so we better be trying to figure out how to get in that favor. See, and whatever it takes, be willing to do that. See, because it's worth it. And so each and every one has to make that own evaluation, make that own decision. And so we make our decision on those things there. And as they say here, situation is going to come up now and all those things there. So, say this ahead of time. Yeah, if you're feeling sick and feverish and all those things there, stay home. Amen. See, so we do those things there. We're trying to work on getting our system up and everything there. And should be able to pick us up on the internet. And so we can all go forward and be a part of God's plan. I want to also take this time to welcome all our listeners, those that's in Israel, those that's in Canada, those that's in the Philippines, Sierra Leone, India, and where you might be picking us up on the internet. Enter into our house where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom ve'ahava. And upon these two principles, when we learn to get along and once we learn how to dwell under that situation, then are we ready for Yah's kingdom? And let me tell you something, a lot of folks ain't, but if this is your criteria and those things there, you won't have any problems in this house. But if your criteria is not and don't fit into this realm here, you're going to have some problem in this house. And so we tell people up front, this is our main thing here, because we feel and know that these are the two principles, not the only ones, but the two main principles that we're going to have, in order to be pleasing in Yah's coming kingdom. I see. And if you think you're going to carry that, you stay in your corner, you look all this, and you're cutting them eyes, and I got all this stuff there forever in God's kingdom. You got a whole different idea that's messed up. You need to get that out of your mind as soon as possible. See? Because that's not going to work. See? It's not going to put up with that. So let us work on these two principles here. It's not hard. Okay? Once we get rid of our pride. Okay? Pride is the thing that messes us up on this. See? And we can't humble ourselves and do it. I ain't doing it. But let me tell you something. You know that as well as I do. If you don't, you should know this. I sure hate for God to have that same attitude. Just think about what you've done. Just think about your life. You say, well, I was back wrong. I ain't doing that way no more. You sure? You sure? I think we need that mercy. We need that mercy. All right, let's get our tally totals. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitzni b'mitzvotav b'tzivanu lachit latif b'tzitzit. Bless you, Lord our God, King of the universe, has sanctified by our commandments and commandments concerning wrapping ourselves in tzitzit. All right. You should be near a songbook at this particular time, or a piece of paper that have page 350 on it, or your phone. Women are 19 and up, men are 19 and up, youth is 12 to 18, and all is all who can read. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yah. Women,
calm my spirit, Yah. Stop the training inside of me, caused by the rush of getting everyone fed and here on time. Quiet my confusion, Yah. In all the tensions of being here, I know I made the effort because I really do need you. Yah, speak to me in the quietness.
give us thanks with thanksgiving and to his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name, for the Lord is good. Men, I am thankful, Yah, for what we have. But this week has been so hectic, and it seems that no matter how hard I work and how well I plan, there's always something I didn't plan on, and there isn't enough time to go around. Forgive me, Yah, for letting worry get in the way of my gratitude. You are good to us, Yah. We do have so much to praise you for. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord all lands. Serve Yah with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. You?
It's hard to see so in the morning. It's hard to feel like sushi time. It's not sushi service. It's just how to keep the joy. This was not very fair. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm supposed to be that I can't see it. But I know she answers. But I see my whole heart.
Yah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He made me delight on in green pastures. He restores my soul. All. Restore my soul, O Yah, and renew a right spirit within me. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which you have broken may rejoice. Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with your free spirit. Hallelujah.
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 As you now turn and face the holy city in this direction here for our opening tefillah, our opening prayer, the Kohen Baraka, and the Shema in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, Lord, our God, King and ruler of the universe. Heavenly Father, we come here today. Thank you for your help again. Thank you for each and every one that is out here and then was able to come forth. Those who had their minds set this way and were able to do it. Those whose mind was set this way, but their bodies was not up to power and was not able to be here. We ask that you would grant them their wish and give healing where it is needed, so that we can all fulfill the desire of pleasing you. We are looking to you for our healing, whether it is spiritual healing, our physical healing, or whether we need a physical and spiritual healing. We know nothing is impossible with you. Therefore, we look unto you for that healing, that we might be the people that go forth, showing forth your saving help. Thank you for sending your son.
Thank you. Thank
For
you.
the fact that he did not faint and give up on us, but went all the way into the shed of his blood, that we might have an opportunity to enter into the glorious promises and plans that you have for those that love you and keep your commandments. We also thank you for the fact that those whom we are praying for, and those who are with the operations and things that and on their recovery,
Yes.
and those who are facing doctor reports and they come back good and positive. We ask that you would bless them as well, and that we all might be at the full power. Because when our bodies are not ailing and those things there, we can't even fully worship you as we should. We pray for the PCR of Shalom. We ask you to bless and prosper her. Keep our leaders strong. Keep our sister and brother safe there, as well as us safe here. Bless my mouth. Bless our ears. Let those things which you said be what you want me to say, that we might add to our knowledge. And be not amongst your people that perish for lack of knowledge, not knowing what you're doing in these last days. Continue to bless us. We go further in this service. All these blessings I ask in thy son's name, Yeshua HaMashiach, the man whose name is the branch. Amen.
Amen.
This particular time you should be near a Bible, preferably the Jewish, complete Jewish Bible for our Kohen Barakah, which is found on page 153, which is Numbers, the 6th chapter. I will read the 23rd verse, then you can read, of course, the 24th through the 27th together. Speak to Aaron and his sons, and tell them that this is how you are to bless the people of Israel. You are to say unto them all together, Yivarakah Adonai B'Yitz Barakah. May Adonai bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai Panah Ilaka V'Yitroneka. May Adonai make his face shine on you and show you his favor. Tissa Adonai Panah Ilaka V'Yasem Shalom. May Adonai lift up his face towards you and give you peace. In this way, they are to put my name on the people of Israel, so that I will bless them. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
You join in with the Shema. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Baruch Tov, Leolam Vayeh. Ve'achaka Elohecha, Ve'chalovasha, Ulcha Nashika, Ulcha Meodeya. Now, if you get your Bibles and turn to page 204 in the complete, which is Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter, 4 through the 9th verse will be what we'll be reading. The first two verses, 4 and 5, is what we said in the Greek or the Hebrew. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai God, Adonai is one, and you are to love Adonai your God with all your heart, all your being, and all your resources. These words which I am calling you today are to be on your heart, and you are to teach them carefully to your children. You are to talk about them when you sit at home, when you are traveling on the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Tie them on your hand as a sign. Put them at the front of the headband around your forehead, and write them on the door frames of your house and on the gates. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
Also, I should go to page 1279 in the complete, which is Mark, the 12th chapter, 28 to the 31st verse, and see what the Mashiach had to say about this same subject. One of the Torah teachers came up and heard him engage in this discussion. Seeing that Yeshua answered them well, he asked him,
Which is the most important business of all?
Yeshua answered, the most important is Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you are to love Adonai your God with all your heart,
with all your soul, with all your understanding, and with all your strength. The second is this: you are to love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other mitzvah greater than these.
Hallelujah.
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 Okay. Should be already see the song. If not, first we'll see to it. No in the middle. This is true, and this thing works out. No, I remember in school the old thing they taught and said, if you want to have friends, you got to show yourself friendly.
Amen.
See, it's got to start with you.
That's the word.
That's right.
It got to start with you. If you want to have a good relationship with someone and everything, it's got to start with you.
Amen.
See?
Amen.
I got to put forth. I got to show what. Not always the other way around. No, that don't work. You got to come forth from you.
Gotta be a mutual.
If I want you to be my friend, I got to be friendly towards you.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Right?
Right.
Right. Amen.
Not saying, well, I'm waiting for them to be friendly towards me, then I'll be friendly. No, don't work that way. Let me tell you something, don't work that way with God either. What make you just think that God is different from that? He's not. If you want to be his enemy, he'll turn to be your enemy. If you want to be his friend, he'll turn to be your friend.
Draw near to you. Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
But that ain't what a lot of other folks be seeing. That ain't what a lot of folks is teaching that. But just keep on reading his word, and just keep on. You'll find out how he is. You find out how he is. It's not scary in there, and they blame that on Paul and everything there. But he says it's a scary thing to fall into the hands of the living God.
Oh, Peter.
Peter, right? Thank you, Peter. And was no reason for him not saying that. You know what he was talking about.
You know it.
Okay. But a lot of folks, and it's real scary if you're playing. Okay.
Amen.
You gotta get past the playing stage.
Amen.
Cold levy. All your heart. Not part of it. Not, this suits me and all that. No. We gotta step from far past those things there. And here, but if we're not acquainted with the true God, we can think of all kinds of things. And that's what the problem is with the world today. Everybody got their own God. Everybody got their own ideas, and they got their own rights and whatever they see and they want. And this is the problem that we're having in democracy. That's why democracy ain't gonna work. God is not interested in setting up a democracy.
That's right.
So if you're interested in, you got to have a democracy, then you're not looking forward to what's going to happen, because he is setting up a what?
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Dictatorship.
Right? Say that again.
Dictatorship.
That's exactly right.
One man rule.
That's it.
Our King.
Our kingdom come.
That's it.
The man whose name is great. It's our King.
That's it.
Almighty God.
Yeah, folks. So, we got to change our thinking. We got to change we think things ought to run and operate. And then when people start to run, we all rebuff them. I don't want that. You don't want God's kingdom.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
And if you don't want it, and you want to be a part of it, see,
Acknowledge.
then
Wisdom.
that's your choice.
Amen. Amen.
See, that's your choice. But I said that you need to make a different choice than that. You go to Psalm 68:4. Getting acquainted with him is like getting acquainted with anybody else that we normally do. Sing to God, sing praises to his name, extol him who rides on the clouds by his name Yah. What we have up on our banner too here. YH, that's his name.
Amen.
Amen. Don't let nobody tell you that names don't count. I remember our apostle, he said that people used to talk and tell him, name don't mean nothing about a name don't matter. Yes, it does. A name matters everything.
Credit. Amen. Identity.
Therefore, it says, sing to God, sing praises to his name, extol him who rides on the clouds by his name Yah, and be glad in his presence.
Amen.
And be glad in his presence.
Yes.
I learned more and more and more, and I keep telling you all this online. Your salvation, your everything that we have a relationship with God is a twofold thing.
Hallelujah.
There's a God part and there's a you part.
Hallelujah.
God ain't gonna fail this part.
Amen. It's done.
So if you want a bad relationship and everything, the failure gonna be on your side.
Yeah.
See? Satan knows that he can't change God's mind, and he can't change that there. So he works on. That's why we have a fight. That's why we're in a battle. See? But we don't have to yield to those things.
Amen.
See?
Amen.
But therefore, he says that he wants you to be glad in his presence. God is a choicey God.
Right.
Or maybe that's not the right word. Maybe God has requirements. I'll put it that way. He has requirements.
Amen.
See? And we all, to an extent, have requirements. You know? We love each one of our sisters and our brothers, and we love them and those things there. But there's that one that you marry and everything there. There's something different about her than all the other sisters, right? And you have your choices about it, you know. Just like I tell you, the lady told me she like, a good friend and all that stuff there, but hey, she like a guy, gonna be more special and things. She want to look up to him. And hey, that was a choice. I could change that there. She wanted a taller guy than I was. She said, I like looking up at my man and all that. And hey, she looking at me eye to street, eye to eye. Hey, well, she had a right to her choice. She had a right to her choice. And I bet you if each one of y'all think about it too, each one of y'all got your choices too. Because I heard too many times that these girls, especially, holler about, I ain't letting daddy pick me no. I ain't letting daddy pick me no husband. I said, why not? I said, if the father is something, you gonna bring me somebody that I ain't gonna like. Yeah. Somebody, see? So that means you got a choice. You got, and that's all right. Some ladies don't want no fat guys, and some guys don't want no fat ladies, and then there's some ladies that want fat guys, and there's some guys that want fat women.
Huge.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. I think we think about the same one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, huge is right. But that's their choice. So God is choicey too. So I don't want nobody coming in there and sitting up there with his lip all tightened and everything, jaws all hating to be in my presence and stuff. No, I don't want that. And this is why we tell folks, at our beginning and those things there, what house that you entered into. Because we want you to be happy. We want you to be. And you can't be happy if you got a whole different concept, different, because you ain't gonna like what's gonna be here. So we let people know up front. In and out our house, where our motto is what?
Come
Come
on.
on, come on. Let's build our future.
Upon what?
Foundation of peace and love. And love. Shalom, Be'ah.
And if it ain't that there, if you got all this full of hatred and all this full of anger and all this stuff here and everything there, and when I start talking like you ain't gonna be happy about that. That's right. And therefore, we let people know up front what we're all about. But if that's what you want to know those other things, yeah, then hey, and that will work out on that end there. And our God is the same way. He lets us know. Everybody that's claiming him, it ain't working out that way. You can make a lot of claims all you want to, but hey, they tell you, we all serve the same God. You just serve him your way and I serve him my way and all that. Therefore, that ain't true. That is not true.
Amen.
You go to the 8th verse of the same chapter, and he says that the earthquake and rain poured from the sky at the presence of God. Even Sinai shook at the presence of God. The God of Israel. And if your God is not the God of Israel, you are worshiping and serving a false and idol God, and you will perish with your God. There are some people on the earth that don't want nothing to do with the God of Israel. See? See? And they're in trouble. Nevertheless, be happy about those things and move forward. And then your relationship is just not getting started. There are a lot of brothers and sisters that's learning about their heritage and they're learning about their blood and those things there. And they think it's all over because they just learn out who he is. No, that's just the beginning. And now that you come to that knowledge there's a whole lot of expectations on you.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That wasn't there at first. See? You got this thing all mixed all up, got this thing all wrapped up wrong. Oh, look like I keep seeing a shadow or something. It might be. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Your eyes are faking me out there.
Shabbat shalom.
All righty. As I say, you're just not getting started now. It ain't over because I've talked to a lot of them. Man, guess what, man? I found that when they look at me and talk to me, and I tell them on the Hebrew Israelite, I'm one too, man. And all man, they're just happy and rejoicing and everything. And I'm happy and rejoicing with them. See? But they think there's a difference between the way we thinking, the way I'm thinking, and they're thinking. They're thinking it's all over now. And I tell them, no, you just not beginning. Because once you do those things there's requirements. And then when I start speaking some of the requirements, I could see them drying up and bagging away. I didn't know that. Oh, you got you mean that? And instead of walking back. You like Alabama said, maybe she's already come up there, take a stand from John and everything there. On the way up there, the sisters got over there. You gonna do this? Yeah, I think I like what he said. Yeah, but you do that there, hey, you can't eat no more pork. And go, what?
I guess the only thing to eat.
That's the only thing they want to eat.
Well, you talk to people, and I know you talk to them. I told them I don't say that, and they said, well, what? They say, you can't eat nothing then.
Right.
That's the way they feel. That's the way they talk, because that's their knowledge where their knowledge is concerned. Ain't nothing to eat then if you can't do that there. I said, oh yeah, there's plenty to eat. Yeah. And then they really go crazy when I tell them I'm a vegetarian. Oh man.
That was a requirement. I don't know if I was made this up. I don't know.
Well, I was talking about the point.
Yeah.
My point of it is talking about the point that there ain't no food to eat.
Yeah.
Because like a guy told me, he said, man, I don't feel like I had eaten unless I have some flesh, some meat. If I don't have no meat or something like that, hey, I don't feel like I didn't eat nothing.
Deer.
You
Chicken.
And it's just a matter of mentality, you know. Because the one time they told me that, I probably reacted the same way. See? So, but as we grow and learn and get more knowledge in those things, that things go forward. The prophets is the one that had that tough job to come and get us straight.
Amen.
Isaiah 43. He had that tough part of getting Israel straight. And let me tell you something, that's a job. Isaiah 43, 10 through 12 says, you are my witness, says Adonai. Not the other way around. You are my witness, says Adonai, and my servants whom I have chosen. His servants. See? The servant worked for the master, right? Or is it the master works for the servant?
The servant works for the master.
Okay. All right, then that, okay. Well, Israel got that mixed all up on that. They did. So they had to send this prophet along to straighten them out. See? And I said, my servants whom I have chosen, so that you can know and trust me and understand that I am He. Not by your definition about I am He. Because I'm going to explain it to you so you won't get it mixed all up. And even after all God's explaining everything, guess what? They still get it wrong. Yeah, get it wrong. And that's because we got an enemy out there that is confusing and working, getting us all crossed up and mixed up with what God is really wanting. And he's a clever enemy. He's got an advantage enemy. And he got the advantage because he's been around for a long time.
Amen.
See? You catch we used to play dominoes with some of them guys, man. And boy, those guys that done played domino for a while, man, it's hard to beat them guys. It's hard to beat them guys. I mean, after about 2 or 3 plays, they can tell you what's in your hand. And you sitting up there holding it, hiding it, and they we tell you what you got in your hand. Come on out with that. You ain't got it. Come on, you ain't got to get that one play. I don't know what you wasting all that time for trying to hang all that there. Boy, you should get who ain't gonna make me mad, too, They be playing the game for a whole different setup and everything. Yeah, man. I was just playing for just trying to score. Just trying to get some scores. So I just stopped out there. But they set that whole thing up and that whole plan out and everything. And boy, they be right too, man. Well, you might as well go and play because you ain't gonna be playing nothing else no more. I said, now how you know what I ain't gonna do? Boy, they be right too. Why? Because they got that experience. They got that. Satan got that experience on us, dear folks. Have been around.
Amen.
Just the fact that just having the experience. I'm not trying to say he's so special, powerful. You know, we've just been around for a while. Therefore, but Yah says here, no God was produced before me, nor will any be after me. You can't get no clearer than that. And as I give a demonstration all the time, if I tell you that this bottle here, you know, there's no bottle made before like this, and there won't be no bottle made afterwards like this. What am I saying about this bottle?
The only one.
That's the only one. That's the only one. Somebody come along and say, oh no, there's three of them. There's something wrong somewhere. And if you start believing all that, then you don't believe what I say. And that's what y'all are saying here. Yes, I am Adonai. Besides me, there's no deliverer. I have declared, said, and proclaimed, not some alien God among you. God don't want no alien gods among us.
Amen.
Therefore, you are my witness, says Adonai. I am God. And if you can't serve the purpose that God needs you for, what He needs you for?
Amen.
What He needs you for?
Witnesses.
He done told you what He needs. And if you can't serve that purpose, right?
Bear witness.
Therefore, we got to get busy doing some things. See, you got busy, you got to, you know. God don't want no lazy folks around. See? Therefore, we have an opportunity to do those things here, and He let you know. That's why Satan hit right there at that mark with the Trinity. And all them folks that he got that locked into the Trinity, he got them. They can believe all they want to believe. He don't care about you believing all this other stuff. You just believe that one thing there, and he got you.
Amen.
They believe this, they believe that. Oh, they young. But they don't believe this here. There are central things that you got to have. See? And I've come to the conclusion and the understanding that you got to be able to count to 7 too.
Amen.
Yes.
Many of them got this idea, if they stop believing in the Trinity, they lose their salvation.
They do what?
They'll lose their salvation because they believe that they're doing a sacrilege when they deny the Trinity.
Yep. Just opposite of what.
Amen. It's the opposite.
See that's what happens when we get deceived.
That's right.
See, that's what happens when we get deceived. See,
Walking in darkness.
so might not be what you think, you know, and that's what called, and that's also called getting scammed.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how they get you. You know, guy called me, sent me a email and everything, and told me that because we got your name and your name ain't popular around. You know, you got a special name. You know that we don't have too many of your name and everything there. And I had a client of mine that had $5 million that he left and everything there, and I'm the congenitor over it, I'm the judge over it, and I've been trying to look for a guy to get your name. And I finally found you. See? And all you need to do is send me this and do it all over there, and we'll get it. And I'm going to send you that $5 million and get this job off of me, get this weight off of me and everything. Yeah. I ain't got nothing yet.
You ain't gonna get nothing.
That's right. 'Cause I ain't about to do what he said do. Yeah. Huh? No.
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 He never called you back?
Nope. I ain't send me nothing back no more.
You ain't seen nothing.
That's right. Not what he wanted. I was sending him something, but not what he wanted. I want to keep the little few dimes and stuff that I got. I want to keep this. I want to keep them for myself. Therefore, Satan uses that.
Amen.
He made our mother think that she was really getting something.
Deceive.
He deceived her. Is that right, man? That's how scammers work. Scammers can't work on you if they can't deceive you.
That's right. That's right.
Like I said, and boy, they get you good. And I learned the hard way about that. But the scamming and deceiving and everything, boy. And all these crooks, they get you either. Some of the legitimate stuff get you too, man. Cause I thought for sure I had won me a boat. Send me a picture, man, of this big boat. This big boat, everything there. Oh man, I got me a boat there. Yeah, boy. Told me where I gotta come go get it and everything, man. Show me the big old picture of it, boy, and everything, man. I said, well, I can't go get my boat. I ain't got nothing to put it in. So I went down and paid money. So I'm trying to get caution. Went down there, paid money to get a hitch put on the back of my car and everything. That's right. Connect my boat. Got a ticket and then going down there and got a scare when I was going on my way down there and everything because I was such a hurry to get down there. Get my man. Got a rubber raft. Gotta teach me a lesson about this stuff, you know. So learn the hard way, so we learn and get some knowledge of what's going on there. But nevertheless, Yah's up front with us.
Amen.
He don't pull no scam stuff like that. He lets you know exactly what he requires of you.
Right.
And he tells you that this is what he requires of you. Isaiah 44, 6-8. Thus says Adonai, Israel's king and redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth. I am the first and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God. Once again, he's emphasizing the fact about no other gods. Who is like me? Let him speak out. Let him show me clearly what has been happening since I set up the eternal people. I want to be a part of the eternal people. What about you?
Amen. Amen.
Let him foretell future signs and events. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you this long ago? I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. There it is again. You are my witnesses. If we want those things to be first, we want them, then he paid the price. See? To require that of us.
That's right.
Because he sent his son.
That's right.
See?
Amen. In our
Sent his
place.
son.
In our place.
See? But there's a requirement that goes along with that. There's a requirement that goes along with that. He said, didn't I tell you this long ago? I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. Is there any God besides me? Yes, so is there any God besides our God?
No, I know not any.
Yes, so is there any God besides our God?
No, I know not any.
All right, then, that's it. Is there any God besides me? He said, there's no other rock.
I know of none.
We get that resolution in us like that, Satan can't come with all this scheming and all this lying and all this trickery and all this other stuff. Then can you be his true witness? You can't be his true witness thinking all of this stuff, crossing the fence, and all that kind of stuff, don't work. Therefore, let us go forward that it might be well with us on that end there. But people get this mixed all up. They say, well, y'all just talking about that. Now that Jesus done come, that done changed all of this and all that. Y'all serve that old mean God. We got the God of love. We got the God that, y'all, they spit on and he just took it and they whooped on him and he took it and all that stuff. And he don't retaliate against us and do all that stuff there. He ain't like that old God of the Old Testament, got a stick all over your head, then time you do something wrong, pop beside the head and all that. Well, let's see what this man had to say about himself. John 5:30. St. John 5:30. I can't do a thing on my own. What kind of God is that? Not one that I want as a God. Yeah. I can't do a thing on my own. As I hear, I judge. And my judgment is right because I don't seek my own desire. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And all the people run around here hollering about Jesus lives in me. Yeah. And they're all seeking their own desire. Say something they don't like, but I just don't sit right with me. Who cares about whether it sit right with you or not? It's the truth. It's what the Father said. You think you're the only one that's been guilty of that? As a matter of fact, the same man, he had to chastise one of his chief disciples because he let his own desires get in the way of what God's word said. Right? He let it get so bad that he had to call him what? Call him a devil. You know how people get mad? Boy, you call people a devil, but woo! You better put them up.
When they get mad at it, they are devils.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that. You call them that, they hate.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. It's show.
Yeah, that's right. But you ain't being like Jesus. Well, we talking about the same man. He called his own disciple a Satan.
Amen.
So where did he get this idea from? You see how people draw wrong conclusions about stuff?
Wrong mindset.
They'll jump up in a meditator. You ain't being like.
T.D. Jakes, he can control it.
Oh yeah.
Leave mine next door until he get the money. And then let it back in.
Oh yeah. Them Christians, they got some power, man. They can turn the animal that God made unclean and everything. They can turn him clean. I mean, they got some power, man.
They can turn the 7th day to the 6th. The first day.
That's right.
Yeah.
I tell them I don't have that power. I tell him I don't have it.
And get their own feast days.
He said, well, he just cut himself short, you know. Hey, well, was the man that they claimed to give him all the rights, was he cutting himself short when he said, I can't do anything on my own?
No.
I'm saying the same thing. I can't do anything on my own. And then he says, I don't seek my own desire, but the desire of the one who sent me. The reason why is because he's the master and I'm the servant. And a servant that is not pleased and does not seek to please his master is going to be a servant that's going to be in trouble with the master. Therefore, you got to get those things straight. John 17. Six through 8. I made known my name to the people you gave me. Yeah, folks, I read that wrong.
Yeah, say I made your
Your name.
Yes. There are people running around and all you get, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Everything is Jesus. Where did they get that from? Where did they get it from? He didn't say you got it. You can't say you got it from him. Because he's the one that's praying to his Father and saying this. Right?
Right.
Am I looking at this wrong?
No, you're looking at it right.
You talking about the 8th verse?
6 verse.
6 verse.
Okay, 6.
This is what he said he did. I made your name known.
Yes.
Not my name known. I made your name known to the people you gave me out of the world. They were yours, and you gave them to me, and they have kept my words.
your word.
Your words. This is him testifying. This ain't somebody drawing a conclusion or think about something that is. This is him testifying and talking to his Father.
That's right.
Now they know that everything you have given me is from you.
He didn't say it's from me.
That's right.
Mine say come from you.
Okay. Because the words you gave me, I have given to them.
And
And that is a requirement that God has required of all his saviors that he has sent. That's one of the requirements that he required. You go tell them my words. See? Because the words I gave, because the words you gave me, I have given to them, and they have received them. So where these other words come from? Where does other stuff come from? Didn't come from him.
No.
Where's all this other doctrine and all this other stuff? Didn't come from him. They have really come to know that I came from you, and they have come to trust that you sent me.
hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Dear folks, in all aspects of life, he lets you know I don't rank. I'm not above my Father. I'm not even in the rankings with my Father. I don't want you to get that idea at all, nowhere.
Amen.
And no, and any doctrine or anything that teaches otherwise is not from him.
He's not a God. So Don't teach that one.
You have not taught that.
Right.
See? But it's Satan that wants you to think those things. Because he knows that if you just get out and miss the mark with the Father, you're in trouble. See, he knows the Father. See? Therefore, let us get acquainted and have the same desire of the Mashiach. If you have not the mind of the Mashiach, you're none of his. And then he comes along in John 14:28 and clarifies it. And gets it straight for us so we don't get it all mixed all up. Not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say it because it's what he says. You heard me tell you, I am leaving and I will come back to you. If you love me, you would have been glad that I am going to the Father.
Amen.
Because the Father is greater than I.
Amen.
And because I teach that, they hate me.
Okay.
I've had many of
They
them.
hate the truth.
Yes. I didn't start this. I'm just repeating what he says. I happen to believe him.
Well, how did it justify that? When you tell them the truth like that.
That's that deep mystery, ain't it?
You're gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. I had deep mystery like that before.
I had one that, that was coming on, believing about the Sabbath and believing this and all that thing, believing about this and everything. And when I told him that, he said, "Oh, bro, you all mixed all up. You got that all wrong and everything. You don't understand." I said, "Yep, you're right. I don't understand. I don't understand." I said, "But I understand what this man said." I said, "Now you just explain to me how." Well, you just don't understand the whole mysteries of it. God is no. I said, "No." He told me what it is. He said, "Uncle, which way you go for?" He said, "The Father is greater than him." You telling me that he's not greater. So I said, "Take it up with him. When the son come back again,
Amen.
they're going to say, 'Why you call me a lie?'" And I said, "That's what you're doing. You calling him a liar. You calling him a liar." Because he said that the Father is greater. And I'm just saying what he said and believing it. And you saying he's a liar. And I said, was there some extra mystery stuff that he had to learn? I thought you told me that your Jesus said that he knew everything. Then I really slapped him when I told him, I said, "And you got that wrong." He was through it. "Oh man, I don't want to talk with you no more." I said, "Well,
Read the book.
I said, but then we ain't talking about the same man." No, because he 100% God and 100% man.
Oh.
200%.
Yeah. Well, I ain't smart enough for you. I ain't smart enough for you. I don't have that wisdom. Therefore, So he said, "Well, how they gonna get a chance to do those things? And how you say that, well, he's gonna get a chance to do those things there? Because do you know there's such a thing as called the resurrection?" And I had to learn a crucial understanding about the resurrection. I thought the resurrection was only for the righteous. I did. But I found in studying the word and all those things, it says in the judgment, see, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah is going to rise up and testify against you. I want the Mashiach say, how they going to do it then if they ain't resurrected? Right?
Right.
Because they long been dead. But he said that they're, and they're going to testify against you. Therefore, God knows how to do all those things there, you know. But therefore, blessed and holy is he that have part in what? Which resurrection? First resurrection.
Amen. Amen.
I'd rather be them that don't have no resurrection.
Yep.
Amen. Just fractured up, caught up.
But I don't know whether, you know, whether we fought, you know. But and the way the signs and the wonders and everything that's going forth, everything there looks like we're in that generation. Okay? But nevertheless, whether we do it or not, if we have the truth, when we resurrect, we'll have the truth.
Amen.
And if you don't have the truth, when you're resurrected, you ain't gonna have the truth. Okay? Therefore, this is our opportunity to see what's going forth for us, and that it might work out for us in our favor. Okay, we're gonna have Sister LaShonda to come forth with the family intro,
Amen.
and our song is "Zealous Over Zion."
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
The ensign of his glory. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, Egypt, Pathros, Cush, Elam, Shinar, Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and he shall assemble the outcasts of Israel,
Hallelujah.
and gather together the dispersed of Judah from all the corners of the earth. Isaiah 11:1, 10, and 11. Open ye the gates, that the righteous nation which keepeth the truth may enter in. Isaiah 26:2. Isaiah 18:3. All ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers on the earth, see ye when he lifteth upon an ensign on the mountains, and when he bloweth a trumpet, hear ye.
Ensign of his glory. Hallelujah.
You see that our God certainly has these things set forth. And we come up forward with what he's going forth and doing on that end there. And, as we look at the out over the nations and see what's going on, I will forward with that. And, that we might share in and be a part with what and see and know for a factor as we watch and follow those things. Okay, we're gonna have Shemash David ben Israel to come forth with the Israel update.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Y'all know we mentioned last Sabbath about Netanyahu and again how that Netanyahu had a slight lead over it. And I was seeing where him and Gant had come together on unity, and they come together to help fight against the coronavirus. So him and Netanyahu. So it did bring about a little unity between both of them. So and not only that, but Israel said that they was gonna leave the that they said that they wasn't gonna close the supermarkets. They said the supermarkets was gonna stay open, and they didn't want and the people hoarding the food. You know how they hoarded, the food. They said that they wouldn't have to do that. That there's gonna be plenty food for the people. Yeah, and so they told them they wouldn't have to worry about hoarding the food. You know how people do when they have a crisis like they're doing here. They buy up everything. And, yeah. Toilet paper, right around the toilet paper. Yeah. Yeah. And I say, that's what I told them at work. I say, white people don't know how to clean their behind. I said, back in the day, I say, we had newspapers.
No, you didn't go there.
Yeah. We had newspapers. Big old box of newspapers. Yeah. You take that newspaper and roll it up in your hand, get it full. Hey. And that's not only them, but a lot of us too, that, you know, well, we get used to stuff. And, yeah, right. Yeah, we had a newspaper and old rags. Yeah.
Brown paper bag.
Right. You know, so I'm saying, sometimes you just have to get creative. But we see how that I think Israel also they done close the schools, they done close the universities. So yeah, so it's really getting serious, you know, and they expecting it to get worse before it get better. And not only that, but see, Israel they catching it from both ends. They catching it from the Hamas and the bombing and the coronavirus. So I'm saying, you know, we ain't got to deal with that. All we just dealing with that. But every day they catching up from both ends. So they really got a fight on their hands. And but I say this here, this I think y'all got something to do with this thing, because this thing is global. And every nation under the sun got it, and nobody don't know what to do. Nobody has a cure. Everybody's trying to find a cure.
I haven't heard the last.
They got one case.
Oh, one case?
Mhm,
Okay.
yeah.
What about Canada?
And
Yeah.
They got it?
Now, the east coast of Africa, that haven't found any cases at all.
okay.
They went all the way down, just over there, I'm sorry, the west coast.
Yeah, I didn't think of a lot of people in East Africa got it.
Yeah, but the west coast is not getting it.
Okay.
They're shutting down the border.
You know, in Iran, there's over 80 million people, and there's been 500 lives, and about 11,000 cases.
How many died?
500.
500.
And then they say they're gonna shut the whole streets down and test everybody.
Okay.
Testing and they got no cure, ain't no-
Okay. I don't know. I know they had this thing out there. Blacks couldn't get it because of the but I don't believe that.
Okay, but those basketball.
Right.
Basketball players.
Yeah. And plus you got some people in I think East Africa has got it. Yeah.
East Africa's got it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not acceptable.
Nah, I don't know how serious it is among them, but we can get it. Yeah. Mhm.
Can't have no mail.
And it's hurting everybody financially. Yeah. It's hurting all of the countries financially. You know. And Trump thought he was on top of the world with his stock market.
Oh, yeah.
That's all he talked about. You know, stock market this and the stock market that. But hey, when this stuff hit, well, I'm telling you, I'm saying, hey, yeah. You know, I call him Donald Trump Pharaoh. Oh yeah, stock market fell, and now you talking about the basketball, the football field, the stadium's gonna be empty. Basketball court's gonna be empty.
Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters was supposed to be in here the end of this month, I guess, somewhere
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a big function that that's when there wasn't no school Friday. Because all of the employees was to go to Rogers for this big old meeting that they was gonna have. They canceled that. Yeah. Anywhere you have a big function and stuff, they cancel that. Yeah, they're not happy. Okay.
Ghana and Nigeria will be the ones that are in the election when it comes up.
Yeah. Yeah. And they telling a lot of college kids and a lot of high school students that those that have computers, that they'll be doing their work online. Yeah. Yeah. They don't want them at school.
Cancel all classes in Sierra Leone, all the colleges there. It's supposed to be final exam,
Right.
and they canceled all that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Further notice.
Okay.
And they said that anybody coming from the country, any other country, that more than 5 cases can't come in. And if you do come in, then you're gonna be in quarantine for 14 days. Yeah. Yeah. And then longer.
Did you hear what the superintendent said? Superintendent Dr. Gates.
What she said?
She said any families and their children traveling out of the country or out of state, when you come back, don't come to school, stay home. 2-week quarantine.
Yeah.
Don't come back to school, stay home.
Yeah. Well, I know I was going, like I said, I was going to visit my daughter in Atlanta. Me and my wife was going to leave in the morning. And she told me, she said, Dad, I advise you not to come this time. She said, I'd like to see you. I know you want to see your grandkids, she said, but I advise you to stay home this time. She said, because this thing is rampant down here. So, hey, I heeded her advice.
The airports, that's the last place you want to be on the airport.
Right.
Well, you're gonna drive over.
Yeah, I was going, no, yeah, I knew I wasn't flying nowhere. And then I'm saying, then it won't look right if I get on the plane. Ain't nobody on there but me. That don't look too good either.
It'll be you and
You can sit in first class, nobody would never know.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
the thing about it, you get to the airport, you might not be able to.
So, did you hear, that, I guess what, Benny Gantz is the blue and white team in Israel? And, what's the third party name? Whoever's the third party, I heard that they're supposed to be joining Benny Gantz to, I guess to join a coalition to,
against Netanyahu?
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arab League?
Huh?
Arab League?
That might, I think that's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. The Arab list.
So if they do that, they're gonna.
Yeah,
they're gonna go out.
Yeah, okay.
You see, you got a lot of those Arabs that votes. And that's the league that.
Okay, that one that LB1 name. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why I heard that. That's what they're playing.
Okay. I thought some of them they had helped Netanyahu out this time when they voted.
No, he's too hawkish.
Who?
Netanyahu,
Oh.
too hawkish.
Well, this is the world, Nebuchadnezzar did the same thing.
Like Trump, Eric.
He woke up one morning with the eye syndrome
Who?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh.
Yeah. And, y'all brought him down.
Amen.
Yes.
Some years of it.
Yeah. Mhm. So, I'm saying, so we see this thing here done cripple the whole entire world. Yeah. And everybody's upset and afraid because ain't nobody got no answer to it.
Not gonna have a shot till next year sometime.
Yeah.
They think.
But y'all said that if we obey him, he said none shall come nigh thee.
Amen.
So y'all know how to protect his own.
Amen.
So let us be faithful and continue to pray for one another.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise God. Okay, the Almighty God. Amen.
Well, maybe I missed it and everything there, but y'all president he declared a state of emergency.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So y'all can't vote him out now. He went. Huh? What?
To the real election, to the presidential election.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna have that. They it is looking saying that they ain't gonna have no solution to this here till at least
2021.
right.
Next following year.
I think Israel say that they might have one in November, and I think Canada say that they might have one which was they was up on the Ebola and those things there at the place up there, and but see they was talking about 6 or 7 months before they have one ready for people. They got one now that looks possible, but it ain't been secured for use for people.
That's if you don't get sick. That's if you don't get sick.
Oh yeah, right. So
Years ago,
Come more than one way.
they had a thing called a black plague that went through Europe and destroyed millions of people.
oh yeah,
And then it just went away.
yeah,
Came
but
to
Bonnie.
fear, just went away.
Exactly. Yep, I believe it. That's right. They ain't gonna find
So
no.
they
Well, they found out that the rats was the ones that.
yeah, they found out the rest, but they just went away. They didn't have no cure, no solution. They didn't.
Right.
You know what China saying?
What's that?
China said that stuff come from the United States. Said,
why they
said
bring it?
the United States military brought this stuff over there.
So we made them eat bats and stuff.
No, they just said the disease. They said they brought it over there.
Yeah,
From China.
for a country that loves to eat dogs and bats and stuff for delicacy, they need to stop that mess.
What's that? They probably saying we've been eating this for years and nothing broke out.
Yeah, but some change.
Well, the frying food started over there. The food started every kind of disease, started over there. Everything started in China.
Hey, I think China heard it.
Yeah, it's gonna come later.
Well, how many plagues did y'all put on Egypt? 10.
And they didn't get rid of them until he said.
That's right.
So we got 9 more to go.
Well, no, we had on West Nile, we had West Nile, then Ebola, then we had the swine flu, couple of strains of that, and then that Cyrus, where they
SARS.
in
SARS.
SARS, yeah, SARS, yeah.
That brought about 5 or 6 in.
Yeah.
So we got 4 more, right? That's it. Put the black flag and hit that.
Huh? Well, they said
Ain't
that,
no cure for AIDS.
well, one of the things that they said is they, and that's what I'm saying, you hear all kind of stuff.
Right.
They said that it come from China because China, China get the biggest population in the world.
Right.
Y'all know that they the people population, and so now, so they can get rid of the older folks. That's why they say that this thing is so devastating on older folks. Because they developed that. That's why they can get rid of the older folks. But I don't know how much proof that is and all that stuff. Yeah, so but you hear all kinds of speculation.
I know, kind of way back, China had a thing that they can only allow the mothers to have two children.
Oh yeah, that's been that right.
Because of the population.
Right.
And I'm thinking that's the same thing now. Their population has got. They don't want over there having one or two kids, and then they want to get rid of something.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and it started there.
Yeah, ain't no doubt about it. They got the biggest population in the world.
And it started there, so they gonna try to cut that wanging on somebody else.
But I don't know how true that is. I mean, they got everything about it on the internet. Like they got people that come, they got cures for it and everything.
No cure.
I heard someone predicted that it's going to be at least about 500 million people that's going to contract
Yeah, I heard that too.
the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of folks.
Yeah.
That's not very,
Well,
that's not.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But yeah,
Billions is not nothing.
but that's a lot of people.
Well, it depends on where it comes in at. It can be devastating.
But it hit
How-
those countries right there in the devil's territory.
Yeah.
That
You
they're-
you don't really know how many people here in the US that do have it.
Already.
Right, because we don't, there's no
well, I'm
testing.
saying 50
There's no
now.
testing to find out who got it now.
I heard 50 now in the States.
You don't know when they start getting out more, but
Yeah.
but in the meantime, practice cautiousness. Be careful
Right.
Yeah.
in those things there, and you'll be all right on that end. One of the things they did say that if you have a cold or something, because they're trying to denote it out from allergies and stuff. Because people that have allergies and stuff there, they get scared. Trees is blossoming and blooming, and the pollen count is all up, and people. And so, but they said, I don't know how true this is, but if your nose run and those things there, you're pretty well off straight. But if you get this dry cough, like people get like from
Shortness of breath.
tuberculosis, TB, and all that kind of stuff there, and all that, then you're in trouble.
Right.
But just because your nose, it's a pretty good thing that you just got the regular allergies and stuff. If your nose, run and those things, and you can blow your nose and stuff.
And they say don't touch your face.
I think they said Israel had 280 had the virus. And I think they said 170 was quarantined.
I know this girl at work, sat across from me. I know, man, I think this girl has been having a cold ever since this year started. Coughing and going on. Since the stuff started,
You can touch it.
so yesterday morning, I seen her after break, she was laying on the desk, like this. And I said, you all right? Well, I don't know what I'm dealing with here. So then after I came back from lunch, she was gone. So I don't know if she, felt good or what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
There are still realistic illnesses. Everybody, I'm clearing my throat. Y'all think I can? There's still realistic. Are you sneezing? Right.
Yeah.
Like they said, Derek had been sick, Tyler had been sick, I took Tyler to the emergency
Well,
room.
he in the fever.
Yeah,
Oh, that fever.
Derek had been, yeah. Mason. Really, Mason? Really?
I'm just saying.
See, that's what I'm talking
Well, that's true. That's true. So
I know, but I'm just saying, but there is still regular sickness. Okay. Anyway, yes, low grade fever. But I took Kyla, I went into the hospital because I started thinking maybe she had pneumonia because she started feeling like her chest hurt. And so I started thinking pneumonia. She got checked out and everything. No coronavirus. Still got a cough on her right now. So regular sickness.
Right.
Yeah, take your chances, you know, that.
There is still regular sickness.
Yeah.
And that's what,
Thank you.
and that's the thing that we was talking about, that they don't want to put a lot of folks flooding into places and stuff, you know, and that's why they won't, get a lot of people testing it at, you know, some of the stuff will make sense, you know, they don't want to test a lot of folks at emergency rooms and all that kind of stuff there, because then you go in there, you got something else, and people go in there to get, and that's got it, and doing that, then, and you said then 3 or 4 hours waiting around in the emergency room, you gonna wind up with it.
Oh, yeah, they required that, so when we went there, we had to put on masks.
Oh, yeah,
We had to put on
definitely.
masks, and they have questionnaires now when we first go in there. Have you traveled out the country?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's,
took Mason, to the, doctor Thursday, and, you know, cause she, pallet hit her foot or something, you know, and so she, you know, I had to drive her. And so, you know, we went in that doctor's office and, boy, I go, oh, man, facing all these people. And went in there, wasn't nobody in there. So, you know, Mason, she started wiping down the chair where we was at and stuff. And the counter and stuff, he had that, color white. Yeah, white.
Right.
Yeah, so, hey, that was fine without anybody else being in there.
Well, you know, they say that all the buses and the schools, they wipe them down too.
Yeah.
Every day.
Didn't the plagues come right before Passover?
huh?
Did the plagues come right before Passover?
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what it's doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
But they are taking it serious because like a lot of power plants and, I went out to, what is it called? Production gas, they make all kind of gases. And so I went out there and I asked some of their equipment and he said, well, before you come in here, you gotta sign this paper right here. And sign this paper, take your temperatures, and this is gonna be on file with us. And if the government asks for it, we're gonna give it to them. So, I mean, they are taking it serious. They're not gonna.
And white meat getting down.
Nah, but they're not letting you come on the property, period.
Oh, okay.
And what concerns me is that, you know, they're taking the documents and then they turn over to, you know,
Yeah,
the government, you know,
Yeah.
so they can scan you or whatever.
yeah, because, you know, well, they said this was one guy that came in and, he, before they really started checking out those stuff there, and we went to the place, we got checked out by the nurses and stuff right there, and as a result of that, I think it was like 55 people was in the line and trace that they had to go into, and that was just one person, equal 55 people that they had to start checking and tracing out. Just think, 1 to 55, it don't take long to spread stuff like that. So that's why they're trying to get a hold on that there. Yes.
I got to ask a question. Do we know when did this new virus they're speaking about first hit the news that it was a virus coming out and they named it whatever they're naming it now?
China.
In January, I think.
Late January.
In China.
Was it anywhere between that time frame and the frame that when we had the other person that wrote about Palestinians and he ended up putting a bounty on our president in the time frame? Was that in the same area of time frame?
Well, that was
6 months
from Iran, right? Those were, you know, I'm not sure what you're saying there, but this problem had started in China, and they had been, I don't know how long they had been battling it,
Right.
you know, and you never know about them countries there, you know.
Okay.
You know, But it got so bad that they couldn't keep it. They've been trying to contain it for a long time and keep it secret. But after a while, it busted all out. And you start looking over in China and stuff. Everybody wearing a mask and stuff. Hey, what's going on? Hey, this ain't. And then you couldn't. Then all of a sudden you couldn't buy no more masks, and you couldn't buy. They was buying masks galore out of the country, buying other stuff, and so. And they finally started hitting the fan. And but even America was trying to give them help. You know, the country don't want. No, we don't want that. We got it under control because people use that as a vice against them.
Korea keeping theirs quiet.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they got a lot of kids.
Yeah, they ain't saying that nothing loose.
They got it.
Iran let some of theirs out too, because one of their chief men got it and died. And then Canada's Prime Minister Trudeau, he's got it. Well, his wife, and so he's in quarantine now. And your president, our president, might be under quarantine too. Because yeah.
And it's two couples, they movie stars too, they got it.
Oh yeah, Hank.
Yeah,
Right. And that's in Australia.
yeah.
See, so that let you know that this thing is going around the world. I mean, which lets me believe that hey, Yah has a point in that. All righty, but nevertheless, these are the things that's going to come up on the earth. These are things that are going to form. And we have to trust in Yah that it don't come to us, and if it do, it won't bother us. Things there. But as I said before, we got our rules, and we're doing those things there. There are big synagogues now that they telling people to stay in, don't ever come in, and all those things. One in New Jersey, they closed it down altogether and everything there. And they said, hey, if you have larger than a certain number now, I think it's 2,000 or something like that. If you have any crowd over that there, that's actually against the law.
Some places 500.
Only 500.
Yeah. So.
But they even canceling Sunday's churches tomorrow.
Yeah. The one down in Boston, that down in Tulsa here, that Boston.
Avenue. Boston Avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Latter-day Saints, they ain't shut theirs down.
A lot of.
Well, we had to make some alterations too there, and then all those things there, but we need some those things there and all that there. But let us practice those things, and God taught us all these things here, and so nothing wrong with those things there to do it, and there's nothing wrong there. All right, then we have a solo by Sister Sumner. One answer to come forward.
Amen.
This is kind of corresponds with our lesson we had this morning. And it kind of tickled me because of the fact that in this day and time we're living in, this is what y'all want us to do, is to keep holding on. Got my glasses. Yeah. we need to just keep holding on and make it on to the end. This is not the time for giving up. It's time for holding on. This is not the time for looking back. It's time for being strong. When you started running in this race, you were given a job to do. Who knows if you turn back now, somebody else might fail. They're depending on you, so just keep holding on, yeah. Keep on holding on. Hold on, yeah. Keep on holding on. This is not the time for giving up. It's time for holding on. This is not the time for looking back. It's time for being strong. When it seems you don't have the strength to make it on to the end, that's when the Lord gives you the power to go a little further, my friend. And just keep holding on, yeah. You just keep holding on, yeah. Let us not get wearied of doing what is right, for after a while we shall reap a harvest of blessings. If we don't get discouraged, and if we don't get up, so just hold on, yeah. Keep on holding on. For after a while we shall reap a harvest of blessings. Blessings. If we don't get discouraged, no. If we don't give up, hold. Keep on holding on. This is not the time for looking back. It's time for being strong. When you started running in this race, you were given a job to do. Who knows if you turn back now, somebody else might fail. They're depending on you, so just keep holding on, yeah. Keep on holding. All you got to do is just keep holding on, yeah. So just keep holding on. Gotta tell the world, don't get discouraged. Hold on and just keep on holding on. Hold on. All you gotta do, keep holding on. Be patient and just keep holding on. Just keep holding on, yeah. Keep on holding on.
Hallelujah!
ask you to bow your heads now for our Tanakh Baraka. Bless to you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who have given us your Torah, the writings and the prophets, and the writ and the shine by thy great spirit, and have commanded us to diligently teach them unto our children, unto our people, and all people of the earth. And let all Israel say, Amen. Our Torah reading for this week's Parashah is taken from the book of Exodus, the 30th chapter, starting at the 11th verse, through the 34th chapter and the 35th verse. That is Exodus 30:11 through the 34th chapter, the 35th verse. Our Haftorah reading is taken from the book of 1 Kings, 18th chapter, 1 through the 39th verse. That is 1 Kings 18, 1 through the 39th verse. This week's Parashah is Parashah 21, which is Tissa, and it means when you take. Our scripture reading, which will be taken from the Haftorah reading, which will be given by Shemash. Let us give him our undivided attention as he read the word of Yah to us.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Scripture reading is taken from the book of 1 Kings, the 18th chapter, 17 through the 24th verse. That's 1 Kings 18, 17 through 24, and that's page 393. When Ahab saw Eliyahu, Ahab said to him, "Is it really you, you troubler of Israel?" He answered, "I haven't troubled Israel, you have, you and your father's house, by abandoning Adonai's mitzvah and following Baalim. Now order all Israel to assemble before me on Mount Carmel, along with the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of the Asherah who eat at Jezebel's table." Ahab sent word to all the people of Israel and assembled the prophets together on Mount Carmel. Eliyahu stepped forward before all the people and said, "How long are you going to jump back and forth between the two positions? If Adonai is God, follow him. But if Baal, follow him." The people answered him not a word. Then Eliyahu said to the people, I alone am the only prophet of Adonai who is left, while Baal's prophet number 450. Let them give us 2 young bulls, and they can choose the bull they want for themselves. Then let them cut it in pieces and lay it on wood. Put no fire under it. I will prepare the other bull, lay it on the wood, and put no fire under it. Then you can call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of Adonai. And the God who answers with fire, let him be God. All the people answered, good idea, agreed. May Yah add a special blessing to the reading and hearing of the word.
Amen.
Amen.
Test. Test. Okay. All right then.
River.
Now this is all. Test 1, 2, 3. Move it down a little bit here. Okay, now. Give me a little help here. We got to understand that dealing with our God. Oh, I know it's wrong. Yeah. Now, if you don't get that thing just right,
Right.
it won't work right.
That's right.
Working out.
See? And that's where God is. You know,
Hallelujah.
if you don't get it exactly like God said, you ain't got it right.
Hallelujah.
If you don't do it exactly like God said, it ain't by faith. It's by something else.
Thank you, Lord.
See? And therefore, now we got it all right now. It's working all right. You got to get those things straight. You got to know what's going on here.
Amen.
And here, God is dealing with Israel. And in his dealing with Israel, he shows us how he is. So we can learn, and there won't be no mistake about it. People just think that God is dealing with us, but he's also teaching us how he is. And he hasn't changed. We say that he don't change, but yet still we'll go forth and say that God has changed completely. No, he's the same.
That's right.
It's just the fact that we've got to understand what he was teaching and what was those things going forward. People nowadays, they say salvation and all that costs you nothing. It's free. You got all those things there. But God has never showed that.
Right.
In all his dealings, he never showed that. So where these cliches and these things that these ministers and these people are coming up with and all that stuff there, and then they'll turn around and fleece the people. See? And it's not true. First of all, we've been talking, God said, let them build me what?
Sanctuary.
A sanctuary. Don't you know God could have done it himself? Huh? In God's relationship with us, there's always two sides to it. I keep telling you this. The enemy wants you to believe it's all just one side. No, God done did everything. You ain't got to do nothing. Ain't true.
Right.
Ain't true.
Amen.
Okay? Deception of the enemy. See? Let them be a sanctuary. And then God got charged about it too. And God said, don't bring that. Don't bring that cheap stuff. You get ready to be a real place and all of that. Don't. Because he know how Israel is.
Yep. Bring what they think.
They would have, but I don't need this and I don't need that. I'll get at the front and bring all the junk and stuff that they don't want and everything. And feel good about it. So he know how to, so he said, no, Then he went on along and then said, and part of dealing with the sanctuary and dealing with those things there, he said, command them. God stepped it on up. And one was a volunteer, and the other, he said, command. Now, God said the operation of this thing and all those things there, there's something else to let you know. We're going to go to Exodus, the 30th chapter. Start reading at the 11th verse there.
Adonai said to Moshe, when you take a census of the people of Israel and register them, each upon restoration is to put a ransom for his life to Adonai, to avoid any breakout of plague among them during the time of the census.
You know, it just happened to be that we're talking about a plague going on now.
It is the time of the census too.
And it's a time of the census.
That's right.
It really is. I remember I got my census paper the other day. Yeah. And this was at the time that God said, take a census.
Yeah.
You know, now the ordinary way you take a census that you just do, you just count up all the heads and all those things there. But God don't do things ordinary like that. Don't make no. So God said, no, I want you to do it. God tests us to see whether or not you're going to live by faith or not. And Israel have proven, the world have proven that they will not live by faith. Even Paul tells us that the foolishness, see, that the things of God is foolishness to the world. But God said, I want you to take us. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I said, no. I want you to do it a certain way. Not the way you want to do it, not your idea, but the way I want it done. And guess what, dear folks? It's going to cost the people. We got all this stuff about free stuff. You know, it says it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them a half shekel. The shekel was the standard of the currency during that particular time, and it had a certain value equated to the silver, and so they had to do those things. Well, why in the world God gonna ask them to do something in the wilderness down there, and nobody got no jobs and all that? Why would they ask them for something? Do God ask us to do something that we can't do?
They gonna go from Egypt.
There you go. God bless them.
Right.
And God said, y'all don't know what to do with this stuff. See, your mind, God looks ahead and God knows ahead of what's going to take place.
Right.
We might not understand all those things, but he do.
Hallelujah.
And it's always for our good.
Amen.
But we got our own ideas. We got our own thoughts, and we're going to work at things. You know, even Moshe did it. God had to put him to the side and send him out there to the comedian out there for 40 years out there to learn how to do things my way.
Humility.
Read on. Let's see what is it.
Okay,
Start over here. Yeah.
Start over?
Yeah.
Adonai said to Moshe, when you take a census of the people of Israel and register them, each upon registration is to pay a ransom for his life to Adonai.
Pay a ransom for what? For his life. You mean to tell me? For my life?
Mm-hmm.
For my deliverance? For my salvation? It cost me something?
Yep.
Oh, that was back in that old days. That was back on that old bondage time. Oh, yeah, it cost her. But now it's free. It don't cost you nothing now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, folks, it costs a whole lot more.
Yep.
You know that, right?
Yep.
They misunderstood what Paul was talking about when he said it's free. How many of y'all know that ain't true?
Okay. I do.
And all of them that think it's free and all this other, that's why they can't count to 7. That's why there's a lot of stuff they can't do.
Yep.
Read on.
Is to pay a ransom for his life to Adonai to avoid any breakout of plague among them during the time of the census.
Uh-oh! I said that, hey, you got to pay this, and if you don't pay this and they don't honor, this is your protection that a plague don't break out on you. See? You don't want the plague to break out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news.
Yep.
God said, I'm shielding you, but it's going to cost you. I don't want to have to do no that guy. Every time I turn around, you talking about it costing me this. It's gonna cost me that. And it's gonna cost me that. Y'all, that's all y'all want about it. Hey, let me tell you something. Cattle on a thousand hills belong to our God.
Right?
He know where all the diamond mines and all the gold mines are. He know exactly where it's at in the earth.
Hallelujah.
We don't like to get involved in the stuff and all that, and we don't get really sincere about it unless they have to dig in their pocket.
Mhm.
I mean, let's face it.
Yeah.
Face it. It's true.
I know some kids, boy, when we were going to school and everything, man. Dad was buying them cars and stuff, man. He was tearing up the car every time he turned around, man, blowing up the motors and stuff and all that there. Cause and it didn't cost him that, cause he just called daddy up and then daddy sent him in. Some of us said, hey, we had to hustle for hours and hump for hours and then work and all those things and everything there. Hey, I get out there and I ain't gonna have to act a fool like that.
Mhm.
See? I had more. Hey, this means more to me because hey, he's coming out of it's coming out of my pocket. You see?
He wouldn't have been doing it either if it was coming out of his pocket.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See,
Yeah.
so God knows that's how we are, and He knows those things. So He said, "Hey, let them dig in their pocket," because these folks, they don't really know what to do with it anyway. That's bad to say that, but yeah, I know.
Yes.
He knows.
That's right.
And He doing those things for our good. Read on.
13th verse says, everyone subject to the census is to pay as an offering to Adonai half a shekel, 1/5 of an ounce of silver, by the standard of the sanctuary shekel. A shekel equals 20 gerahs. Everyone over 20 years of age who is subject to the census is to give this offering to Adonai.
Everyone over the age of 20. God set a limit there and said they had to do that. Okay? And God didn't make no exceptions about it because He wanted all participation. He wanted all. There was something about that 20, that age 20 was a cutoff. See?
That's right.
If you run around here now, they talking about I'm 18 and I'm grown and everything there. But let me tell you something. When you get that grown thing there, I keep telling you, it goes both ways.
Yep.
Now you're responsible for your own self. But guess what? Our children got this thing just opposite. They're grown at 18 and want to have all they got to say. But when it comes time for help and everything there and support and everything there, it's like 45.
Yep.
Judas asked the guy, hey, how old you is? I'm 45. And where do you stay at? With my mama.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
You ain't got no place of your own, dog. Where you got a job? It was working and all that shit. You know, so she taking care of you, huh? But yet still, they want that grown to be the thing. I can do whatever I want. They can't nobody tell me what to do and all that stuff there. But hey, the responsibility goes along. So God said, when you get that age, from no age on up out there, everyone was responsible to pay that half shekel. Okay? No exceptions. Read on.
The 15th verse says, the rich is not to give more or the poor less.
Now, see that? Now, here's where it goes for. That look like the rich ought to do that. I can't afford it. I can't afford to pay that half shekel.
Mhm.
God didn't get no criteria about what you can afford. All that stuff. And they say God said the rich as well as the poor is gonna pay this right here.
Mhm.
is a test to see whether or not where your heart's at. Your heart's with your money or your heart's with me?
Amen.
Let the rich pay for it. They got enough money. It won't bother them, but they go, ooh, if I have to pay that half shekel, it's going to really hurt me and everything. And it might. But y'all saying that, hey, I'm more important than that.
Right.
And if I'm not, that's the problem. God looks at things a whole lot different than what we look at things. When the Mashiach came, there was a lady that gave how many mites?
Two mites.
2 mites.
All she had.
Oh, she had 2 mics.
And we look at her and say, you know,
She didn't get much.
she didn't give nothing. What in the world you do with 2 mites?
Show the heart.
See? That's the same way this half shekel was. It wasn't so much the value of what it was. It was the fact of whether you are in for the program or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what God is about everything that he asks us to do and requires of us. It's not much about that. It's where your heart's at. Even in the tithe paying.
Amen.
Because he said, you can test me.
That's right.
He's like, you know, it has to do with me.
Willingness. Where's money? Trust in him.
See? And that's what he's talking about this half shekel. The rich gonna pay the same. The poor are gonna pay the same.
Mm-hmm.
See? If it's that important to you, go borrow it from the rich to get this done. I ain't gonna hey, you go borrow it from the rich from the other stuff you want, and you gonna pay back interest on it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You go down and buy a new car, something like that, and if you ain't got the cash to pay for it, guess what? You borrowed from somebody. You know that, right?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Bank or somebody.
You borrowed from somebody. And they're going to charge you for that.
Right.
If that car costs $10,000, when you get through borrowing and all that day, you're going to pay way more than $10,000 for that. I'm not talking about $10,000. You ain't going to get no new car for $10,000.
No.
Back in the 70s, man.
$30,000 or $40,000.
56.
You know what I'm saying? But you're going to pay somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna pay a bank, or you gonna? And they say, we'll carry through that. No, they carry. They got loan company stuff out there that's throwing out there. Yeah. So God is saying, I want you to do those things that pay that half shekel and that, because I want to know where your heart's at. Not just I want to just be counted by the head number and all like that, but hey, because that don't mean nothing to me. You know? And a lot of people was counted in Israel and everything else, but they weren't truly there. But God knows if you up that money and everything, that hey, you gonna have some interest in it. You know? Because the scripture tells us where your what is that?
Your heart.
No,
Treasure.
where your treasure.
That's what you are.
That's where your heart gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you value.
See? Where your heart and all those things are there, you don't mind shelling out.
That's right.
See? Whether it be good or whether it be bad and all that, hey. And I can't can't make a decision for no one. You know, people have what they like and what they're interested in. You know, I can't see a lady going down and paying $3,000 or $4,000 for a purse, but there are those that do it. They do it. Okay. That's their choice.
Yeah.
He said, what was Oprah Winfrey? I think she went to one place there, and because of her color, she went to the store there and everything there, and she was looking at, I think that what purse was $35,000 or something. I forgot not what it was. I know it was up to $1,000 for that purse, and she was looking at it and all that stuff there. Huh? Oh yeah, she wouldn't have frowned at that. It was up there.
Right, and the woman told her, well, you might not want this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she said, maybe you don't need to look at this here. Maybe you need to come over here and look at these over here. She said, well, why don't I want to look at this here? I'm looking at you. Why I don't want to do this here? Well, I don't want to say nothing, but that I'm going to say for right now. She said that cost $35,000. You know, and she says, "Oh, huh? Yeah, this woman is worth $10 billion, huh?" Oh well, hey, that's enough. Huh?
That was probably then, but now she
Oh well, I mean, hey, I mean, after you give them billions, that hey, well, you just,
yeah,
you know,
35,000.
yeah. So she don't know that Oprah could have bought the whole store out and everything there. and would have hurt. But then she said, well, she looked at it, she said, hey, I think what she said, yeah, you might be right. She said, I don't need a purse that costs that much money anyway. She never tell a lady that she couldn't afford it. She just said, hey, yeah, you're right. But evidently the woman didn't know who she was.
2.6 million.
Huh?
Billion. 2.6 billion.
Yeah, she's a billionaire.
What did I say? I gave her one.
He said 10 million.
No, he said billion.
I said 10 billion. I know she was a billionaire.
He said billion.
Oh, I didn't hear billion.
Yeah, that's what I thought
He did say billion.
Huh?
Good.
Yeah, that's why I thought you said 10 billion.
Oh no, yeah, 10 billion. Yeah, I know she's a billionaire.
Oh, I didn't hear
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, millionaire ain't too much nothing there. She's a billionaire.
In other words, she could afford the purse.
Yeah.
10 million would have been in before.
Yeah, well, that's true too. You know, but you know, if he's like a guy that down in my hometown where we went down there, he went down there, him and his wife were looking at a new car, new deuce and a quarter Buick.
Yeah, Buick.
Went down there to the dealership down there, and they were talking, Mama, you know, as they talk about Papa, yeah, Mama, I think I like this, and she said, yeah, Dad, I think I like this and that too. Mama. You know, oh, it fits good, and it feels good. And the guy sitting over there, the dealer, they wouldn't even go over there, cause they didn't dress appropriate. They kind of look like the
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hillbilly, right. I mean, this is a true story.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Huh?
That's how you do it.
Yeah, this is a true story. And so yes, after a while, you know, they didn't come over there for a long time. So he found one of there too and said, hey, look, we done over here looked at all those things and we think we want right there. We want that car there. Spring brand new, and everything. So we want that control. We need somebody to come over and do that there. He said, well, how are you gonna pay for it? He said, we're gonna pay cash for it. And boy, he went back there and they started stalling and everything there. And in the meantime, he said, call the bank up, because he said, well, where you got this money? He said, well, I got a bank up there that I go plug in. He said, call the bank up and tell we got a guy down here trying to get us in trouble in there, and I don't want to see him get no trouble in here. You know, talking about the bank said, well, who you got down there? He said, Mr. So. And he said, and he want a car? He said, yeah. He said, well, how come you ain't selling it to him then? He said, well, I was just ready to call the police, and I just thought I'd. He said, no. He said, what you gonna do that for? He said, he got enough money to buy your whole car lot. Yeah, he ain't got enough money to buy your whole car lot out there, and still had got money left over.
The time when I was looking for a car for Leona, so and I was looking for lacrosse. So I went out there with Brother Miles, got his truck. I went out there and I told the man what I was looking for, and I was driving a red truck around. He said, "This one down there, there's some expensive cars." He turned around and went on back inside. Yeah, so I just got my truck and left and went on out the broken down and got one.
So you can't judge by those things there. And so God is saying the same thing here. I'm not gonna make no judgment here. I'm gonna do those things there because we want you to do that. And as when the money come in and those things there, we'll take the count from the money, and this is where you get the head from. This is where you get the count from, and for the senses of it. But don't do it any other kind of way. That's the way that God do things here. He wants you to learn how to follow what he said do. Amen. Read the 16th verse.
You are to take the atonement money from the people of Israel and use it for the service in the tent of meeting, so that it would be a reminder of the people of Israel before Adonai to atone for your lives.
Yeah, all right. Now, their atonement had to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the point of it was just the atonement was just for just the sacrifice and doing all those things there. Yeah, it played a role in those things there, but also everything that God has set up, every plan that God has plays a role also. See, that's why we people get these things all mixed all up and fall short of those things there. See? He said this has to do with the atonement. Because I'm doing this on a collective bargain for the whole nation. When that high priest went in there and faced all us up and came back, and that curtain was cleansed and all those things there, and the whole house of Israel got clarified for that year. So God said, for those that are going to be qualified and want to be a part of it, as part of their atonement, because now I know that they are for this program as well. If the place is not qualified for you to put your money into it, why are you messing around there? Mm-hmm. Why you want to be a part with that? See? Therefore, he says, this is what God, for their atonement. What is atonement? What is atonement? At 1 minute. At 1 minute with me. So, God hasn't changed. He's still the same. But it's going to require something from you. It's going to cost you. It's gonna cost you. Your salvation, you say, well, he died for me and I said and all of that. But your salvation still gonna cost you something.
Everything.
What?
Everything.
Everything. And if you can't come up to that point there, no in the middle.
Hallelujah.
No half stepping.
Hallelujah.
No crossing the fence one way, one way, none. No. Cold levy, all your heart.
Right.
Then are you ready to proceed? Now we go back with God, because God had a plan for Israel. See? And that plan involved certain things. God said that I want the whole house of Israel to be a priesthood for me. And in order for you to be that, and that's why I say be careful about wanting to be special. People run around there, Lord, use me in a special way. You lying. You lying.
Special requirements.
God ain't gonna lose nobody special in it, and their heart ain't in it, and they ain't committed or nothing. You can't count on nobody. That's why God hates a double-minded person. Because you can't trust them.
Right.
One day they all of them, the next day they So God give us things, God requires things, God asks us to get us in line with Him and get us concentrated on the things for Him. And it just seems like it don't do until it costs us something. Okay? Go to the 14th chapter of Deuteronomy and read the first 2 verses there. God has something He's planned for us and all that. But guess what? If you are not in line with that, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
It ain't gonna work. God can make us that way. That ain't what He wants. Your part has to come from you. See, your part has to come from you. All these things, the last 3 Parashahs we talk about is things that had to come from you, had to come from Israel, had to come from me. And if your heart and your mind is right, there ain't gonna be no problem.
Amen.
But if you ain't at one with Him, it's gonna be a problem.
Right. Right.
Okay? What was God's plan for Israel? Read Deuteronomy 14, 1 and 2.
You are the people of Adonai your God. You are not to gas yourselves or shave the hair above your forehead in mourning for the dead, because you are a people set apart as holy for Adonai your God.
Now, when you go start examining those things there, see, the enemy knows those things there. And those that understand the Hebrew language and those things there, know, say that gashing means that piercing and those things there. You're not to do those things there. Which translates out in our days and everything as what?
Tattoo.
Tattooing. You go through that pain and stuff like that, certainly you got to be serious about it at the time. Cutting yourself. I remember when we was going to high school, when we was in school and everything there, we didn't know about no tattooing, so we couldn't. So we would take a eraser.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't know about that, do you? That's too far back, right?
I remember.
Y'all remember that?
Burn it on.
Yeah.
Pretty much right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did. It burnt that skin and then take that eraser. And is it hurting? No, I ain't hurting. What you doing all that frowning up for? Yeah, it was hurting. burn that thing and everybody, and it scald up and everything, and hey. I said, no, I don't want my people doing that. Because I got something for you, and I know. Read on.
Adonai, your God, has chosen you to be his own unique treasure out of all the people on the face of the earth.
Woo! God prejudice?
It's holy.
God has a right to select whatever he wants. We was talking about that earlier. God said, I chose you. Well, I'm on a part with that.
Right.
But yeah, he chose Israel. Yeah, he chose us. And when he chose us and all those things there was requirements that went along with that. And specialties. Because you are his special treasure. That was his mindset. That's what God had in mind. But what was Israel's mind? We're going to go to Exodus, the 32nd chapter. And we're going to see, like I said, things don't work good, even with God. Did you get this? Even with God, things don't work out if we ain't at one with him.
Right.
Husband and wife, I don't care how long y'all been together, if things ain't at one with you, it ain't gonna work out. That's why it says, them two must become what? One. At 1 minute. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. Pretty soon, somebody gonna get tired. I'm tired of taking down. I'm tired of getting this cheap. I'm tired of getting overlooked. I had one of the guys there. We used to go out and all like that. He bragged, talking about how he got his wife under control and everything. And that woman ain't gonna never leave me. See, when you know what you're doing, or you can handle that woman, and you got her broke in, and you got all this and everything now, and then, hey, you ain't got to worry about it. Yeah. See, man, got to do some compromising some kind of way or something. Oh, no, I'm the boss. And he was right. She stayed right there. Yeah. Till they want her children get grown. And the very day that baby boy, when he hit 18 and moved out, she moved out. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna call his name. And he drove him crazy. He almost went crazy. I saw him about a month later, and I didn't even recognize him. And we have been partners and stuff for a long time. Man, what didn't happen to you? I said, wait a minute. How did she ever leave you? You told me that you told us that she wasn't gonna leave, you know. And she gone, man. She never come back. You never worked at getting that one with her. And she stayed there for her children's sake. And just as quick as them children got out of there, she was gone. Never did come back. And he like lost his mind. Well, he did for a while. I mean,
He never did any good over it.
no, never did recover.
Never did recover. Thank you for drinking and all that.
Yeah, drinking, not taking a bath, man. I can smell him. You need to go need some water. So when the woman gonna come back to you and you ain't in no, she coming back. No. So we got to work at being at one so those things can work out for us and all that. Same way as with God. We gotta work at staying at one with him.
Is he still alive?
No, he's dead. He's dead.
I think she's alive, well.
Yeah, I think she's all right. Right.
She left the state, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Married again, doing fine.
Yeah, she's younger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that was the reason why he thought he had her. That was how you brag like that. See, if you get you one of them young women there, you get one of them young women there, and you break her in the way you want it, you don't want it. He's just bragging on talking all that small stuff and everything. And see, you get one of these women here like that, too close to y'all, you can't train them, and all that. Hey, but you get one of them young women that don't, and you get them broke in, and you get them trained. All you just bragging all that stuff there. She left.
She wasn't a talker. She didn't talk. He talked.
Yeah.
She didn't answer. She's actually.
But God wants us to be more than just talking, get all those things there. He wants to know exactly what's all in your mind. So he let you know what's going on. Then he asks us to require things of us to test you, see where your mind's at, where your heart's at. You know what I'm saying? Because he know how he is.
Yes, he does.
And so he goes there and he lets us know what's on his mind and what he got in plan. But now we're going to go to Exodus 32. Now we know why. I want you to get this. Now we know why God was trying to get all their money, spearhead their money, spearhead their resources in a positive way. Because if you don't do it, you're gonna use it one way or the other.
That's right.
You're either gonna use it for a good thing or you're gonna use it for a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't but those two. You say, well, now why I got there? Hey, you ain't smart enough. And what I mean by that is what I'm saying is that you're going against an enemy that's been around all the time. And they got all kind of sinkholes out there. You got all kind of sinkholes out there for people to fall into. Therefore, he says, Moshe had left, went up to go get a glorious thing for them. See? God's mind set one way, their mind set another way. They ain't together, they ain't at one with him. We free. You done got from all that stuff done. Hey, we don't need locked down. People tell them what we can't do it on. We might perform this stuff while Moshe is around and everything, but hey, now that he ain't around and everything there, and we don't know what had happened to him. Way too long. So here's what we're going to do. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. So what did it read on?
Because this Moshe, the man that brought us up from the land of Egypt, we don't know what has become of him. Aaron said to them, have your wives, sons, and daughters strip off.
Had all of it, must have been, and the problem with some of them folks that initiated this was probably some of them folks that didn't put into the pile and didn't volunteer to put in when God said, let them build me a sanctuary. I want you to get that.
Willing. Yeah. They weren't the ones that were willing.
Because some of them that had those things there, they wouldn't have had it so freely to give and everything because they done gave it to God's program.
Amen.
So them that held off, I'm gonna get my own, and God said, okay, let them volunteer. So probably them the ones that, but they volunteered and did it for this golden calf. That's what I'm saying. You will put your money out
One way or the other.
for what you think is valuable.
Yeah, that's right.
Whether it be good or whether it be bad, you will do that.
Amen. And willingly do it.
So everyone thought that, okay, hey, No, this is what the rabbi said. I say that the reason why Aaron told him to bring that and do that there because he figured that, hey, God had already hit him up for this and everything there, that they would be kind of reluctant. Hey, but no, man, they overwhelmingly. Read on, boy. I mean, they
People became. They said, Israel, here is your God, who brought you up from the land of Egypt. On seeing this, Aaron built an altar in front of it and proclaimed, tomorrow is to be a feast for Adonai. Early the night and indulged in revelry.
Where do you think all these offerings came from? They didn't come from the priests. It didn't come from Aaron them. It came from the people. They're the one that supplied all those things. And they readily did it. See? Wrong is two left shoes. But they willingly did it.
Yeah.
They didn't complain about having to bring them. They didn't complain about doing those things. They gladly did it. God watches those things. God sees those things. God puts those things down. See? We'll go off and spend our money and do all this stuff and gladly do that there. And then someone come down and ask us, hey, I got to live. I got to do it. But we got glad to go out there and do it for other stuff. God knew how they were. That's why God was trying to head them off ahead of time to deal with them on those things down for their good.
Amen.
Just like some of us, we do for our children. The very thing that we do for our children to try to head them off and to do those things there is the very thing that they despise and don't like. Daddy just don't want me to do something. Mama just don't want to, that she just restrict, don't want me to do it. And that seems like that's the thing that they want to migrate to and to do. I'm going to take all my money, do what she don't want to do it and all that shit there. Okay, then you don't do those things there. Guess what? The police out there, some crooks out there gonna rob you. You're going to lose it anyway. And then you got to go back and fall on them. See? That you're trying to hold on to it and don't want to go. Same thing that happened here. So here, Moshe gone and those things there. And God got him up there dealing with him and everything there. And they jump up and say, hey, look, he been gone too long. So Aaron said, hey, break off your gold and stuff, and then we'll see to it and we'll do those things there. Thinking that, hey, they're going to balk on that. Say, hey, now we already gave for this. We ain't got up no never. But they gladly did that. And guess what? They came up with, that was their mind. That shows you where their mind was at. Their minds were with God. Their minds were with the man of Yah. Then jump up and say, these be the gods. I mean, boy, really, the first commandment that God spoke out of his mouth. First thing to come out of his mouth when he spoke to him, scared him, was what? That's right. Not only did they do it, but not only did, but they would spend their money. Broke it off. Do those things and bought it to him. Bought that gold. Gold was a high price of all things. That's what they brought it. Gold. What was y'all's reaction to this? Start reading the 7th verse there.
Okay. Adonai said to Moshe, go down, Hurry, your people whom you brought up from the land of Egypt have become corrupt. Go quickly, they have turned aside from the way I ordered them to follow.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. God done changed his mind now. God done changed his idea. When he first came down and spoke the 10 Commandments, he says, I am the Lord your God that brought you out. Changed it.
The people changed and said, this is God.
Their actions, their works changed it. God said, these ain't the people that these ain't the people that I brought out. I done told them folks now.
Corrupt themselves.
So God said, Moshe, you go down there to the people that you. Did you get that? Or read that back again. Did he say these are my people?
It says, Adonai said to Moshe, go down, hurry, your people.
Your people.
Yep.
Your people.
Mhm.
These people ain't in one with me. These people ain't at one with me. Their mind is not the same mind. They're not in line with me.
Right?
And they done proved it. The very thing I said don't do and everything, that's the very first thing they done did. Moshe didn't fully know what they had done, but God knew what they had done. Is it that same way? If we still mess up, I want you to go to Philippians, the 2nd chapter, and this is hundreds of years later. New Testament time. People say things have changed since the New Testament time. Philippians 2:12.
And 12. So my dear friends, just as you have always obeyed when I was with you.
Whoa! Notice here. Who's this talking? Paul was talking. He said, so my friends, you have this one attitude as long as I'm with you.
Mhm.
And you obeyed. But what on? Read on.
Just as you have always obeyed when I was with you, it is even more important that you obey now when I am away from you.
Uh-oh. Somehow they got the wrong attitude about this thing. They got the wrong intentions about this. They get the wrong thought about this. Just like our forefathers did. Moshe was gone.
Mhm.
Notice they didn't do that until Moshe was gone.
Right.
They said Moshe done been gone too long. He ain't coming back. He ain't around. We ain't gotta step in. We ain't gotta do that because he ain't around no more. We ain't gotta pay no attention to that old God of Moshe. Now, we're gonna get our own God. We're gonna do our own thing. Israel now. I ain't talking about some other nations. I'm talking about Israel. The people that God worked all those miracles for. The people that God brought the plagues against the Egyptians and spared them. These folks is the one we're talking about. Saved them through the Red Sea. Saw that water part. Man, that should have been enough for anybody. Baptized them as they went down with the water hanging on the side there, and then killed their enemies in the same thrust of things.
Mhm.
That should have been enough.
Yep.
But it wasn't. Same folks, not some other different folks, them same folks, that same generation that saw those things happen, everything is the one now taking that money that God done blessed them with and gave them favor and built a golden calf. And then had the nerve to say, these be the gods. But that you know the head ain't a God. God had already told, I'm the one that bought you out. And they said, you lying. You ain't the one that bought us out. These be the ones that bought us out. Direct. See, that's how Satan do it. He directly come against those things of Yah. Y'all was hot, man. He was. And he had to denounce them and hate. But what did Paul say? We don't finish their reading that. Philippians 2:12.
It says, keep working out your deliverance with fear and trembling.
Keep working. There are people who run around here as against work. We got all these folks, these modern preachers and stuff that are against work. Paul was not against work. There's good works. Where you think your reward and stuff is going to come from? Not doing any works? Your work has to do with your salvation. At least that's what Paul said. I think that's what he said. Anybody got another translation? What did you read? David Stern?
Yeah, it's David Stern, I read.
Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Work! Work!
There you go.
Mine says,
Okay.
dearest friends, you were always so careful to follow my instructions when I was with you. And now that I am away, you must be even more careful to put into action God's saving work in your life.
Oh!
And read 13.
See?
13 tell you the whole thing.
See?
13 of what's going on.
The point of it is that the same attitude, the same mindset that they had was also Paul was dealing with them hundreds of years later. They stepped up in line as long as Moshe was there. Notice, when we read that, it says, Paul said, it said that Moshe had left and went gone and been gone for a while.
Gone too long.
Yeah, gone too long. That's the time that you should be more diligent and get your act together. They work just the opposite. Israel worked just the opposite, and they wind up messing up. When you got the wrong attitude about things, that's when you're going to mess up. That's when you're going to mess up. See? That's the point I want us to get at. That same attitude. He said, long as I was there and all those things, hey, you obeyed. Long as the Moshe was around there, they didn't dare start talking about some other God. I want you to get that. The time he left and all that stuff there, and he was gone, hey, there you go. Instead of them being more solidly towards it, they went down the other way. They think that as long as Moshe was there, they had put all the works, they had put all the stuff on Moshe. When did they do that? When did they put all the stuff on Moshe? Yeah. Yeah. They said, we don't want to hear this no more. We don't want to do this no more. We don't want to have this dealings no more. Moshe, you go. Well, Moshe went. And time he went down there, boy, that it was, then I flipped the script. You go talk to him. We don't want to hear this voice no more unless we die. Oh, no. Now we're going to believe you, Moshe. Yeah, you go. And so they stayed in line long as Moshe was. But boy, they did a terrible thing. They even were well messed up. Yah was upset with them. See? We'll go back here where Yah was upset with them. See? Somehow, and when our hearts is not 100% in favor of those things, we can do certain things as long as we're under the gun, and that's the point I want you to get. But how do you do when you ain't under the gun? How do you do when you ain't under the watch your life, somebody? The ones who are all in heart and their minds is all in the forward, they do it just as when your back is turned as well as when you're in the front. And those are the people that God is looking for. Those are the ones that's going to make it.
Amen.
See? So it says, work out your salvation with fear and trembling.
For God can work the things.
Yes.
It's God's working in you these very
See?
things.
You have one with him. Because it's all God's plan. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you, Father.
See?
Thank you for your wisdom.
Well, you know what is right in those things, yeah. Hey, whether the boss is there or not. See?
Thank you.
That was one of the reasons why I told y'all, that was one of the reasons why they gave me a special privilege to come in and all those things. He said, because, hey, I trust you, though, that, hey, you ain't gonna come in here and lay up and all that stuff and all that. You gonna put on it.
Hallelujah.
And that's exactly what it was. And that's what I did. Whether the boss is there or not. See? Therefore, God is dealing with us, and their minds was not straight. Their minds were not 100%. There was not all those things there. So, what he's talking about, so now, people's mind ain't 100% there. They're not. See? They stay into a certain favor as long as that. But now, we're going to go back and see what happened. We're going to see how God see things. We're going to see how God had already showed Moshe, but Moshe didn't even know that. Moshe still defending them. Moshe still going to their rescue because he ain't seen what's going on. Like Jeremiah. I say, you need to get down there because your folks they done messed up. Okay? Look, let's go back to Exodus 32 and start reading at the 11th verse.
Okay. As Moshe pleaded with Adonai, his God, he said, Adonai, why must your anger blaze against your own people?
See that? Moshe have been defending them.
He said, your people.
Yeah, because he was in line with God. Because God had already told him that these are my people. God told them when they were, hey, I'm the God that brought you out. But see, the point of it is, he hadn't seen that flip side of them. But God had. See? And so he putting it back on God. Lord, why are you so angry with them? I don't know. Yeah, they can be tough and all that, but why are you so angry? See, he didn't know nothing what that went on. Okay? And so he up there pleading with him. Read on.
Whom you brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and a strong hand.
That's exactly what God said. You know.
Why let the Egyptians say it was with evil intentions that he led them out, to slaughter them in the hills and wipe them off the face of the earth? Turn from your furious anger. Relent, don't bring such disaster on your people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, your servant, whom you swore by your very self. You promised them, I will make your descendants as many as the stars in the sky, and I will give all this land I have spoken about to your descendants, and they will possess it forever. Adonai then changed his mind about the disaster he had planned for his people.
Oh, you mean to tell me God repents?
He said it.
How much more our part have to be in repentance? That's how it works. That's part of our works. That's what we are. You know, I told y'all a story about I think it was Braxton Sawyer that said that he was out there preaching because he had saw and all that, and he was preaching. You ain't got to do nothing for your salvation. You ain't got to do nothing to be saved. It's all free. No, and they say we're on preach and all that stuff there. And then at the end there, when he told him, he said, now all y'all got to do is come on up here, repent here. And he said, so one of the guys said, preacher, I'm confused. He said, son, what you confused about? He said, now you spent 2 hours telling me ain't nothing I can do, ain't nothing I got to do. And then now, on this wrap up and everything there, you tell me what I got to do. Now, which way is it? Do I have something to do? Or I don't have nothing to do? He said, boy, that stumped him. He said, that stumped him. He said, that guy had to nail them dead to right. So he said, I had to change that.
Teshuva.
He had to change. He said, I had to change that. And I glorify him in the fact that at least he changed. He said, I had to change that. He said, you're right. He said, and I got that wrong. And then, hey.
Hallelujah.
There's things that God does, and there are things that you got to do. Right? On the day of Pentecost, those people got up and say, what shall we do? There was a part that they had to do. And here's the part I want you to get. God don't ask us to do something that he's not willing to do himself. And he don't have to do that.
Amen.
Right.
Ain't that a good God that we got?
Amen.
Right.
He didn't have to repent. Because what he proposed would have worked. And it would have fit into his word not being broken. Right?
Right.
He said, because I'm going to take you and make a great nation of you. And his word still would have been true to Abraham because he was still part of Abraham's seed. Right?
Right.
And so God knew exactly what he was talking about. And so God repented of that. Say, okay. See? How much more we got to do that? That we just go around and do all this and don't have to repent of nothing. Have that same old attitude, have that same old bias, have that same old. You ain't gonna work, dear folks.
Year after year.
We got to get rid of that anger. We got to get rid of that backbite. We got to get rid of that envy. We got to get rid of that stuff that we hold against people. You got to start with me.
Right.
Well, I do it if they do it. No, don't work that way. Got to start with you. You know, if God was able to do it, why can't you do it? You ain't near in the situation that God is in, and He was able to do it. There are people that hold out on grudge and they have a lot of attitude on for years. I ain't gonna never forgive them for that. I ain't gonna never do this. And yes. I'm here to tell you, it ain't worth it, dear folks.
Hallelujah.
It ain't worth it.
Hallelujah.
Because the gratification that you think you're going to get out of it, all that, is not going to be there.
Amen. Amen.
So why hold all that backbiting and envy and all that? Why hold all that stuff up? Let that stuff go. Let that anger go.
Amen.
Yeah, but you don't know how bad they hurt me and all that. Still let that stuff go. That's right, because it still hurt you. That's housing all that stuff.
You don't get no freedom. You let it go.
That's right.
You don't get no freedom. Miserable.
God listening to him. God, I want you to get it. God listening to me and sent Moshe on down. Say, go on down there and see about the people. And what happened when Moshe went down there? We're going to close out for the night, the day on this year. We'll go to the 19th chapter there and start reading.
19th verse.
19th verse, thank you.
Okay.
19th verse.
But the moment Moshe got near the camp, when he saw the calf and the dancing, his own anger blazed up.
Whoa, what happened?
His own anger blazed up.
Now, he wasn't blazed up before all that time now. I want you to get this. So don't tell me that works don't have a problem. Works don't have an effect on folks. Your works do have a problem. And your works count for you or against you. Stop letting these folks tell you that works don't matter. These people holler about once saved, always saved. And it don't matter no more whatever you do. God don't look no more at what you're doing. Yes, He does. He saw it before Moshe saw it. Moshe going down there with the 10 commandments and everything. He's all happy and everything there. And he really happy now because he was standing in the gap and become a mediator for Israel. He became a savior for Israel.
Mm-hmm.
He put his life on the line for them. And these folks running around here talking, we don't need no Mashiach, and God ain't never required. Yes, He did. God required one man. And Moshe stepped up in the gap. I'm talking about these Hebrew Israelite folks, nuts. They don't believe in the Mashiach and stuff. Like they want to go on their own record and everything. They want to go on and know that is bad business. How you gonna get yourself clean? How you gonna get started off in a? But anyway, that's another subject altogether. Moshe come down, he's all happy till he get close to the camp there, and he hear all this noise and everything there. What was they doing? Boy, they were partying hard. Woo! They was having a good time.
Partying like it was 1999.
Yeah. Man, they was enjoying it, man. I mean, they was we free, we doing all we want to do. We got our God that we can move around. We got our God that we.
I've been checking you out ever since we left Egypt.
Yeah. Well, Moshe come down there, and when Moshe saw that there, saw what God saw ahead of time, his anger reared up. And when your anger rear up, boy, something got to go. Something got to give. Something gonna give. That's why I say be careful about that anger. And some did give. Read that and then we go close out for today. What happened?
He threw down the tablets he had been holding and shattered them on the base of the mountain. Seizing the calf they had made, he melted it in the fire and ground it to powder, which he scattered on the water. Then he made the people of Israel drink it.
Oh! You love your God so much and you love it all. Hey, eat him up, drink him up. Right? Woo. After they drunk that, boy, they wish they had drunk that. That don't feel too good. That don't go too good. And then so in closing for today, whose plan will we follow? And how will we follow it? With our whole heart, or just occasionally, or just not fully hard? If it ain't full-hearted, if your mind ain't willing to do it, and God give us little tests to see whether your mind, and if you flunk from tests, you're going to flunk the other part too. So we are working. God requires it then, and he even requires it now for us to work out our own soul salvation. See? We got to always have fear of our God. See? Should have been scared of the world. Should have been scared of start talking about some other God. How did they come out of their mouth? These be our gods. And then insulted that brought us out.
They really thought Moses was done for.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what happens. But see, they hadn't fully got this thing in their own mind and heart. So, whose plan will we follow? Yah's plan or the world's plan? See? Or will we just make up our own plan and follow that? All these things is what Israel did. And God was not pleased with it. See? Therefore, let us learn to live by faith. See? And then after that, faith without works is dead. See? See? This is what God was teaching them. This is what God was expecting of them. They flunked the test. Paul was talking about it then. They were flunking the test then. Then Mashiach gonna come in, gave his life and everything, and they still are flunking the test. James even told them, I'll show you my faith by my works. And that's what God expected. So God said, all them that is 100% for this and all that there, bring that half shekel. And then you can be counted in the census as one of them that's a part of the group. Let us not flunk the test. Let's not do those things here. God has things for us to do because he has us a plan for us. Israel flunked that test big time. We were supposed to be the priesthood. We were supposed to be the bringers of the nations to God. And guess what we did?
We love God.
We went out there and imitated the world.
We were supposed to be bringing people to y'all. We left y'all.
Yeah, that's exactly it. See? That's exactly it. See? And we had one group, sorry, I talked to some group, man, they done left the Sabbath and went back to Sunday, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
Worshiping the devil.
Right.
Wow.
if your heart ain't fully into it
Amen.
and believe exactly what God said do, you start having your own plans and your own ideas and things, this is what your end results will be. God said, reverence my sanctuary and also his Shabbat.
Amen. Amen.
Those folks did not fully reverence God's Shabbat. This closes out our parashah for this week here. And as our oath is, how shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget the Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. That I remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem, above my chief joy. Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6. Okay, we go down to the service on the hands of the Shema to close out the service for today.